Hello, and welcome to Don Conejo Tops. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the legendary Bruce Lee and his top 10 greatest moments. Bruce Lee was not just an actor, but also a martial arts master, a philosopher, and a cultural icon who left an indelible mark on the world. Bruce Lee's life was cut short at the age of 32, but his impact on the world of martial arts and pop culture remains profound to this day. He was a true pioneer in the world of martial arts cinema and an inspiration to countless people around the world. Bruce Lee's fighting style, his philosophy of be like water, and his unrelenting work ethic have all become legendary. In this video, we'll be exploring some of Bruce Lee's most memorable moments, from his iconic fight scenes to his most inspiring interviews. We'll be looking at his films, including Enter the Dragon, Fist of Fury, and Way of the Dragon, as well as some of his real-life demonstrations and interviews. So get ready to be inspired and amazed as we count down Bruce Lee's top 10 moments. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Number 10. Ice Factory The Big Boss, 1971. The scene in which Lee's character is ambushed and outnumbered at an ice factory is the first on our list. When he starts improvising, his unarmed attackers quickly realize that they made a big mistake. Lee even throws one through the wall, Roadrunner style, which is hilarious. Truly, with ice picks lying around, is this not the most terrible spot to provoke Bruce Lee? Number 9. Nunchuck Fight Way of the Dragon, 1972. Lee is sent to Rome in this movie to assist his family in fighting the local mafia. Lee quickly turns the tide when he is taken to the back alley for feeding. Curiously, the miscreants refocus on the absurd request of killing him without utilizing their firearms. Lee can pull 2 sets of nunchucks out of nowhere and practice on their asses because of this. Okay, where did he get those, for real? Number 8. Upgrades Enter the Dragon, 1973. Lee is forced to strip off to eliminate the numerous henchmen in his path when he enters the villain's top-secret underground lair. As each opponent gives him a new treat, this fight keeps getting more intense as he moves up from bare fist fighting. Nunchucks, metal rods, and a stick are all part of this. He probably would have rolled out of there in a tank if there were any more bad guys. Number 7. The Giant Game of Death, 1978. Time for the yellow jumpsuit. Lee fights the 7'2" basketball player, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, in this posthumous film's high point. From the beginning, Jabbar's size and power had Lee seems to be a diminutive person in correlation. Lee is fortunate to be able to use his opponent's size against him, concluding that even a giant must breathe. Number 6. Vengeance Enter the Dragon, 1973. In this particularly private showdown, Lee meets against the hairy, savage, and facially scarred O'Hara in a hand-to-hand fighting competition. Lee brutally beats the man who caused his sister's suicide without ever injuring him. At the point when O'Hara disrupts the norms, Lee does more than harmed him. He crunches his nuts and knocks his socks off. We mean he kills him by bouncing on his head. Yee ouch. Number 5. Facing Petrov's Fist of Fury, 1971. To put it simply, Lee is pursuing retribution against those who killed his master. This leads him to confront Petrov, an evil suspender-wearing Russian played by Robert Bread Cook, one of Lee's own Jeet Kune Do understudies. This fight stands out for its harshness and dry wit, as Lee confuses the opponent with smirks and hazy hand movements. He even bit Petrov in the leg, sidekicked him in the head, and made him gasp for air. Brutal. Number 4. No Respect Fist of Fury, 1971. This fight helped Hong Kong action movies move away from sword fighting and toward bare-handed combat. A rival school is making fun of Lee's dead master, so he shows up on their doorstep to teach them respect. He took down an entire dojo as a result of this daring challenge. Naturally, he must perform this feat topless while simultaneously constructing a human hurricane, laying down a beat with nunchucks, and ultimately making them eat their words. Number 3. Finish Him The Big Boss, The Chinese Connection, 1971. Lee plays a man who has taken an oath of nonviolence but is forced to break that oath in a big way in this classic. In particular, this leads to a violent argument with the man who killed his family. In the end, Lee wins by deflecting a knife throw and then going to Mortal Kombat and punching his opponent in the chest. He fights with every ounce of his strength before eventually giving in to exhaustion. Number 2. Hall of Mirrors Enter the Dragon, 1973. Lee plays a martial artist in this movie who enters a tournament to spy on a criminal boss. This eventually leads to a fight with Mr. Han, who wears claws, and he gets the scratches on his body and face that became his most famous image. When he is forced to defy superstition and led into a mirror room, the fight also goes completely out of control. Number 1. Versus Chuck Norris' Way of the Dragon, 1972. Taking the best position on our rundown is the film's extreme combative techniques confrontation that set Lee in opposition to Norris in the arena. From Lee's crackling preparation to his methodical coaxing, taunting, and tearing down of his opponent under the watchful eye of a stray cat, this fight is legendary. A tiresome experience, he doesn't avoid tearing chest hair. Strikingly, Lee can't lead without recognizing a commendable foe. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a thing.